Information you need from the people making a difference. This is Comcast Newsmakers.
We all know that mental illness can affect any family, and it can affect them in many, many different ways. Karina Foote is with us right now. She's director of the Family Foundation Education Resource Center of Alameda County. Nice to have you here, Karina. A lot of people in their families have people who maybe are not quite right, and they don't know if that's mental illness or not. There's got to be a time and a point where you say there's something seriously wrong. It happened in your family. When did you know?
Yes. Well, specifically speaking about my son, it started happening when he was coming out of high school. And we still had questions. He went off to college. This is a very typical story. And then eventually had to come home. Ultimately hospitalized and discovering that he has a serious and persistent mental illness. That of course catapulted me into my new passion, into working in the mental health arena. Yeah. And I think it's the same for many people who work in mental health. Okay,
yeah, I was just saying that if you're in a family and Uncle Ed starts acting a little strangely, you don't know if it's mental illness or just Uncle Ed. Mm-hmm. And at what point does a family seek help, for example?
Yes, I think the smartest thing to do is to start to seek help right away, to ferret out, along with their loved one, mm-hmm.
You
know, what is going on.
When you start seeing changes in their behavior?
Right, because all of these things are, in the mental health arena, are brain disorders. It's on a spectrum. And so I would, highly recommend that anybody with questions with regard to their children or an older person that they love or care about, investigate when something new and unusual is happening. We get a lot of those questions. Is this teenage angst and holding up, or is this something more and different?
Yeah,
the sooner you do something, the better.
Exactly, because a lot of times, what you point out is exactly true. I've had 8 children. I know that there's a variety of times in people's lives when they're going through stresses and things, right. And it's not mental illness, it's just stresses.
Correct.
But are there certain similarities and certain things you should look for in a person, certain characteristics that would identify them as someone who might need help? Well,
let me also just kind of clarify that at the Family Education and Resource Center, if I might just interject.
Of course.
We're not a clinical program. We're all family members, every last one of us, who have gone through some special training to be able to work with other family members, mm-hmm. and helping them understand what is mental illness and what isn't it. We would certainly refer people to speak with clinicians to really do the ultimate assessments. Mm-hmm. And like I say, certainly sometimes you can have the lucky news that it's not a mental illness, or it's something short term, yeah. And then they go on with their lives, or that you find out that this is the early signs of something longer term and more serious. Uh-huh. But at the Family Education Resource Center, we support family members who are asking these questions, going through shock. They could be going through denial. They could be going through anger and don't know where to turn. Yeah. So many of us didn't have anybody to call or turn to when it first started, and we are that place now that family members can call and have a supportive person side by side with them navigating that very complicated mental health system.
Yeah, it is definitely complicated, there's no question about it. And where are you located in Alameda?
We have offices spread out throughout Alameda, in Oakland, uh-huh. Hayward, uh-huh. Fremont, and uh-huh. Livermore.
Okay, and all these centers, people can go there or call and say, I'd like to talk?
Yes.
Or I found out something about a family member and I need to
yes.
get more information
yes.
about it.
They can call in, they can walk in, make an appointment. When they come in, we have books, DVDs, CDs, computers that they can do research if they need to. And then, of course, our family advocates.
Yeah, and personal reassurance that sometimes
yes,
people need to at the
they
same
need it,
time.
And they need to know there's hope. That's one of the big things that we offer is a little bit of insight down the road.
It's a good thing to offer is hope. Karina Foote's been our guest. She is director of the Family Education Resource Center of Alameda County. Thank you very much for watching.